The biggest fraud, the hocus science behind lockdown. We were told that it was a second Spanish flu, which was a powerful and emotive narrative that was never true. Instead of relying on rubbish in, rubbish out computer models, we could have looked for the outbreak of COVID aboard the Diamond Princess cruise ship, which at the end of February accounted for half of all non-Chinese infections. What it would have told us is that over half the cases had no symptoms, that only 19% of the ship were infected. And the median age of those who died, which was only 1% of the ship's population, was all over 70. Younger populations aboard ships had more benign outcomes. This can be evidenced by outbreaks of COVID on the Theodore Roosevelt and the Charles de Gaulle. So even in February, the evidence demonstrated that this was no Spanish flu. However, the science behind lockdown made a basic statistical error, which was to divide hospitalizations and reported deaths, which could be observed only by those who had tested positive for COVID at a time where widespread testing wasn't available. This meant that authorities thought they were looking at hospitalization rates of 20% and mortality rates of up to 4% of the population. As a result of this, they panicked. They moved patients from hospitals to care homes, thinking they didn't have enough hospital capacity. New hospital capacity was built, but never used. And it's often said that overestimating the risk of COVID could never have any bad outcomes. But in fact, as we can see here, because authorities assumed that there would be no asymptomatic cases, they assumed that there would be no natural immunity, and they thought that the hospitalization rate would be as high as 20%. This led directly to the care home crisis.